Hey, what's up guys? Thanks for tuning in. Today I've got sort of a different type of video. I'm starting a new series, different from my project series. This one's gonna be a field review impression sort of series. The first field I'm gonna do is CQB Fight Club. It's one of my favorite fields to go to, and here's why.
CQB Fight Club is located directly between Gorst and Belfair in Kitsap County, Washington. The nearest big city you might know would be Bremerton or Silverdale. For those of you who live in Clallam County, it's about an hour and a half away from us. And those of you who live in Seattle, it's about an hour and a half and about 40 minutes to Tacoma. The field itself is an outdoor CQB field, which means that there's a lot of cover everywhere, but there's still plenty of distance engagements that you can get into from one side of the field to the other. But it is a CQB field, so there's a lot of cover all over the place. So if you're a speed QB player, there's plenty of opportunity for flanks and for bunkering. As for the actual cover itself, it's super varied. They have all sorts of different things. They got big wooden spools on their side. They've got giant plastic culverts cut in half. They've got big corrugated metal pipes on their sides and standing up that's big enough to walk through. There are shipping containers. There are some little buildings constructed. There's this one cool little area called the Kill House. So as far as cover, you're gonna find a lot of variation, and you're going to have a lot of opportunities to move different ways on every life. The owners are always adding, changing, and altering their covers for the better and improving the field constantly. They'll be coming up on their 2-year anniversary this weekend, and in just a year and a half I've been playing there, things have changed tremendously. They're really dedicated to improving every aspect of their field. They've even rigged up special lights to accommodate night games with switches in the middle for players to use tactically so they can conceal their side or reveal the opponent's side. It's really fun. It is outdoor, but don't expect any woods or the need to bring a ghillie suit. Most of the cover is painted bright colors, so sneaky camo loadouts won't get you far. Being that it's outdoor, there can be ups and downs, mostly relating to weather. On the really hot days, the sun can get pretty oppressive, but unlike indoor fields where it can turn into an oven, this field usually has a nice little breeze, which is very refreshing. They also provide awnings for shade and ice cold water. On the coldest and snowiest and rainiest days of the year, they usually don't run the games as often, probably due to low turnout. Personally, I'm a big baby and I won't play in the rain anymore, but the cold doesn't really bother me. People seem to warm up pretty quick after a round or two. Games are run by the ref, who will usually be sitting on the forklift at the halfway mark of the field. They use the forklift to be able to see the field better, as well as the horn on it they honk for beginning and ending of the rounds. I've been there plenty of times where special game modes are played, like Capture the Flag. However, for the most part, it's single elimination team deathmatch, which means both teams start in the little spawn boxes at each end of the field, and if you're hit, you're out until the next round. First team to either eliminate the opposing team or reach and touch the opponent's spawn box wins. Having a single life doesn't really sting so much because these are pretty fast-paced matches and rounds go pretty quickly. Here's a tip for anyone new to the field. Don't be in a hurry to go up to your car and take a reload break without the group. After about 5 to 10 rounds, the ref will call a reload and drive the forklift up to the parking/reload area. This is a group reload time and usually lasts about 10 to 15 minutes. So don't make the mistake of taking your own lengthy reload break right before everyone leaves the field. If you do run out of ammo and have to run back to your car to reload, do it quickly. Or better yet, bring your reloader with you and rest it at the forklift. Just don't forget it when you leave the field like I always do. They used to do jousting along the inside edge of the field called the Snake. Jousting would usually be 1v1 or 2v2 super quick little interim matches for people who didn't want to wait for the rest of the reloaders. I think as long as you can find an employee to come down and ref for you, you can get in some quick action or perhaps settle a dispute over who's better with their high kappa. Another fun activity they do sometimes, depending on who you're asking, is the gauntlet. When it's someone's birthday and they're feeling brave, they can run the gauntlet, which is basically a full sprint from one spawn to the other and back again, with every player standing just off the field shooting at you non-stop. This is what it looks like.
I know I got good.
Oh, fuck that. Oh,
Mine was like dead on.
yeah, baby.
Right.
That was fun.
It's a blast to have you out here. Good?
That was good.
I'm gonna miss you, Gabe.
I'm gonna miss you guys so much, man.
Let's see.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, there's a couple.
Close.
Woo!
One of the reasons I love this field is because HPA is allowed. In addition, there's a 400 FPS field limit with 25-foot engagement distance, no engagement distance for 350 FPS and lower, and for those of you who thought your selector switch was purely decorative, you can actually use your full auto here. Imagine that. Just not point blank and with a max of 25 rounds per second. But for the rest of the rules, let me turn it over to my man Rob.
First of all, thank you everyone for coming out. These are the safety guidelines for our field. Most of them are pretty common sense, and as long as none of them get broken, we'll have a great day. The first one is the most important because it deals with our eyeballs, and we don't have spares. We can't get spares, or we can, and they're expensive. We don't have that kind of money for the airsoft. Your goggles have to be in the form of a full seal set that is not mesh. Your lower can be mesh, but you have to have full seal. These are not full seal, though they look like it because they got the little wings on the side. These are not full seal. They have to be sealed eye pro.
Dude, Pit Viper should come out with some fucking
You
sealed
have
eye
to have
pro.
something covering your entire face. This is considered the safety area, or whatever you want to call it. We don't have our magazines on our weapons up here. We don't have our pistols out. They are going to be in our holsters. For no reason do our weapons fire in this area whatsoever. If you have to fire your weapon, please go over to the chrono station or out to the field. If you go out to the field, please have your unprotected weapon. You don't want to get While we are conducting our games, do not fire at anyone who is not wearing proper eye protection. We might have someone walking up from Amazon and has happened before. So if you see someone who is not wearing eye protection, do not shoot at them. Actually yell at them very loudly for them to put their eye protection back on. Because there should be no reason, while we are down there past those cones, for our masks to come off at all. If we have to tell someone to take their masks off, it's a bad day. And so far, we've had a bad day every single game. So if you need to remove your mask, please come all the way off of the field to do so. We have animals and such that will be on the field as well. Probably not while we were playing, but if you do see one, don't shoot at it, that's mean. It doesn't have a gun, it can't shoot back. There will be no drug or alcohol use permitted before or during the event.
The owners, Teresa and Jeremy Dutton, are awesome. Teresa is like the total airsoft mom. She's very sweet and kind to everyone, makes sure everyone's taken care of and staying well hydrated. About halfway through the day, she leaves to go get pizzas and cookies for everyone. Her husband, Jeremy, is a great guy and a really solid airsoft tech. He's done some great work for me in the past and charges insanely reasonable prices for his work. He does take safety very seriously, so make sure you take your mags out when you're supposed to and keep your masks on until you're completely off of the field. As far as employees go, I've got to say a standout is definitely Rob. Hands down one of the nicest guys I've met playing this sport. Our very first time at the field, my son's gun was firing too hot to play and he was on the verge of being devastated. Rob saw this, came over to our car with an MP5 of his and offered to let Yage use it for the day, and he ended up having a blast. Rob has always got a smile on his face and is genuinely happy to help fellow airsofters. Another notable face you'll often see at the field is Eric from the Slaughter Project. I heard he actually helped out with the creation of the field a couple years ago and that it's like a home field for him. Slaughter Project actually just came out with a sweet CQB Fight Club exclusive patch in the Fight Club signature pink. It's pretty sweet. As far as other players go, I think that CQB Fight Club has a really great mix of player types, play styles, and experience levels. There's a very healthy mix of speed softers and milsim players, as well as casuals, rentals, and even some meme softers who are just looking for a good time. You'll even see representatives from the big airsoft companies like Laylax there from time to time, showing off upcoming releases and showcasing products. The name of the actual retail store they run is called Kitsap Sports, and it's located in Bremerton, about 20 minutes from the field. Here's where you're going to find their full selection of airsoft guns, gear, and parts. I'd recommend this store from beginners looking to buy their first gun and gear to advanced players trying to get their hands on hard-to-find upgrade parts. Like I said, the owner is a tech, so he's got an amazing variety of upgrade parts, as well as some really cool brand new releases like the Gate Titan 2 and the new Carbon Uppers. On game days, they do bring select products to the field to sell, like a variety of guns and pistols, but also protective gear and everything you need to play, like batteries, magazines, speed loaders, and even grenades. But if there's something from the retail store you'd like to buy on game day, you can always reach out to them in advance and see if they might be able to bring it to the field. Pricing on all their items is super competitive, literally the same as you'd see on online retail stores like eBike, but without the shipping cost or wait time. The same cannot be said for some other local retailers. As far as the cost to play, again, it's incredibly reasonable. A full day of gameplay is only going to run you $15 with HPA air fills at either 5 or 10. I forget exactly, but you do get free refills all day, including being topped off before you leave. And remember when I said they get pizza and cookies? Well, it's $2 a slice, $2 for a big old crumble cookie, and $2 for a Gatorade. Incredibly reasonable, especially for the cookies. They're really, really big and really good.
All right, guys, so that was CQB Fight Club. You should really try and come out sometime and check it out. They are getting bigger and better every week. So thanks for tuning in. I'll see you next time.